Outside, the Arctic blizzard howls, but deep within a snow-covered den, tiny polar bear cubs stir. Wrapped in warmth, they stretch, yawn, and wiggle, little balls of fur tangled together like snowflakes in motion. One cub tries to climb over its sibling, slips, and lands in a fuzzy heap, paws and giggles everywhere. Outside, winter roars. But here, it's a cozy playground, filled with warmth, fur, and family. Their world is small but perfect, just icy walls, mother's scent, and the warmth of each other. Snowflakes fall silently above, layering the den in ice, as laughter and life echo quietly below. The cubs play again, paws swiping, noses touching, learning love before learning the wild. They don't know the cold yet. They only know closeness, comfort, and the warmth of being together. In a world of endless snow, this tiny den glows with life, fueled by fur, breath, and love. The morning sun rises higher, painting the Arctic snow in soft gold. A new day begins. A mother polar bear emerges from the snow-covered den. Her cubs peek out behind, eager to follow. They step into the light together, paws pressing fresh tracks into untouched snow. It's time for a morning walk. The cubs trot clumsily, bumping into each other, sniffing the air, tasting the cold with every breath. The Arctic stretches endlessly, but today it feels like their playground, vast and glowing. No hunting today, no rush, just warmth, movement, and sunlight on fur. This peaceful walk teaches more than survival. It teaches connection, rhythm, and the joy of togetherness. Beneath the high sun, a family walks in harmony with the land, with the cold, and with each other. Across the frozen tundra, a hungry wolf pack emerges from the forest, noses to the wind, searching for prey. Far ahead, a polar bear mother walks with her cubs, unaware of the danger quietly trailing behind. The wolves spot them, eyes narrow, but they don't rush. They wait, they stalk. Patience is the key. The cubs tumble playfully behind their mother, innocent, unaware they've become the target of a calculated hunt. The wolves creep closer, step by step, their eyes fixed not on the mother, but on the weakest cub. But the mother bear senses something. She pauses, lifts her head, and locks eyes with a distant shadow. Instinct ignites. She lets out a deep growl, nudges her cubs, and begins to move with urgency. The wolves begin to follow, faster now, sensing the moment slipping, hungry eyes locked on the smallest. But the snow favors the bears today. She pushes forward with fierce speed, protecting her cubs at all cost. At last, safety. The wolves stop. The mother watches from a ridge, breathing hard but victorious. After escaping the wolves, the polar bear mother leads her cubs forward, calm returned, but eyes still watchful. The cubs trot beside her, no longer playing, sticking close, learning what it means to survive this wild place. Step by step, they continue their journey, together, stronger, and still holding on to peace under the Arctic sun. Under a blanket of snow, an Arctic fox emerges, its white coat blending into the endless frozen world. It moves with purpose, nose low, ears sharp, hunting for a meal hidden beneath the powdery surface. Beneath the silence lies life, tiny sounds, slight tremors, just enough to spark the hunter's instinct. With a sudden leap, it dives headfirst into the snow, vanishing in a spray of white. No luck this time, but there's no frustration, only quiet determination as the hunt continues. As snow thickens, it wanders across the vast Arctic canvas, alone but at peace. Every step is survival, every breath a rhythm of ancient instinct in the harshest place on Earth. But then, a sound, faint but familiar, another fox, another heartbeat echoing across the white. From behind a drift, another Arctic fox appears, eyes curious, posture cautious, just as silent. Neither growls nor flees, they study each other, kindred spirits in a land where few survive. Then, a pounce, not for prey but for play, a rare moment of joy carved from the cold. They tumble and dart, white blurs chasing each other beneath the falling snow. For a moment, the Arctic is not a battlefield, but a playground under a stormy sky. Then, as quietly as they met, they part. No words, no goodbyes, just instinct and understanding. Alone again, our fox resumes its path, now with warmth that lingers longer than any meal. The snow thickens, erasing tracks, but not the memory of brief companionship beneath the white. Hunger returns, survival resumes, but the cold feels less harsh, touched by fleeting connection. It waits, listens, leaps, one motion, one purpose, one life shaped by ice and instinct. This time, a success, a tiny rodent in its jaws, a prize earned in silence and snow. It eats quickly, wasting nothing. Every bite is life, every hunt, a lesson carved in frost. With hunger eased, it walks on, free, silent, and completely at home in the frozen world. Its footprints vanish behind, but its story stays, written in snow, carried by wind, remembered by none. In the heart of the storm, two paths crossed and parted, and still the white wilderness goes on. In the heart of the frozen Arctic, a herd of reindeer stands motionless beneath a sky of white. No movement, no sound, just breath rising like mist, and antlers rising like branches from the earth. They wait, not lost, not afraid, but completely still, sensing the snow, the cold, and something unseen. Even the wind respects their silence, slipping past them like a ghost afraid to disturb the sacred. Time stretches here. A single moment can feel like a lifetime, when nature itself seems to hold its breath. In this stillness, the Arctic speaks, not with noise, but with presence, patience, and quiet strength. In the silence of falling snow, two Arctic wolves emerge, eyes sharp, paws light, hunger driving every step. Ahead of them, a herd of reindeer stands frozen, unmoving, uncertain, sensing something they cannot yet see. The wolves split, circling slowly around the herd. No rush, only precision. They seek weakness, distance, vulnerability. And there it is, a lone reindeer grazing just beyond the herd, unaware it's become the target. The wolves don't hesitate. Together, they break into a run, low, fast, lethal through the blizzard. The herd erupts. Hooves pound the ground, snow explodes upward, the world becomes motion. The lone reindeer tries to flee, but it's already too far, already too late. One wolf flanks right, the other closes from behind. They move like water, swift and unstoppable. The chase carves through the snow like fire through grass. Fast, wild, desperate. Exhaustion sets in. The reindeer's legs tremble, hooves slip. It cannot outrun what was born to hunt. The lead wolf lunges, snow flies, and the chase ends in silence. A life ends swiftly without cruelty, just instinct, just survival in a land of ice and hunger. Behind them, the herd does not stop. It runs harder, faster, farther, united by fear and the need to live. No calls for the lost, no pause for mourning, only the rhythm of survival echoes in their stride. The snow hides the struggle, but in every step forward, the memory of the chase remains. For the wolves, the hunt is over. For the herd, the journey never stops. In the Arctic, life is fleeting, and only the strong or the lucky see another white dawn. In the frozen stillness of the Arctic, a polar bear mother leads her cubs across an endless sea of snow. The cubs stumble and play, but the mother stays focused. She's searching, scanning, driven by hunger. Then something moves, barely visible against the ice. A lone seal, exposed, vulnerable, unaware. She inches forward through snow, silent and invisible, every step a thread between success and starvation. The seal lifts its head, too late. The bear explodes into motion, a blur of white fury. One massive paw pins the seal down, swift, brutal, final. The hunt ends before it truly begins. The cubs approach quickly, eyes wide, drawn to the scent of blood and the promise of survival. With careful bites, the mother tears through flesh, showing the cubs how to eat, how to endure. Snow swirls around them, but the feast continues, raw, real, and full of life-giving heat. This meal will keep them warm tonight, fuel for growing cubs and a mother who hasn't eaten in days. No celebration, no cruelty, just the laws of ice and instinct, written in paw prints and prey. The snow keeps falling, covering the scene, erasing signs, but not the survival one here today. The cubs lick their muzzles, full now, warmer, learning with every bite what it takes to live. Their bellies full, the bears rest for a moment, 3 white bodies against a white, merciless land. On a snowy cliff edge, a family of Arctic foxes stretches, yawns, and lounges beneath the wide Arctic sky. 2 young foxes leap and tumble, rolling over each other in fluffy white powder like carefree children in winter. Another sniffs at the edge, curious and alert, while an adult fox naps peacefully under a snowy ledge. Together, they rest and play, survivors of the cold, wrapped in family and fur above the endless white. A flock of Alcidae birds approaches, a living wave racing toward the rocky cliffs. With purpose and precision, they dive toward the ledges. This is their ancient nesting ground, passed down by instinct. One by one, they settle, laying eggs in cracks and corners, safe in numbers, or so it seems. But danger sleeps nearby. Just above the rocks, a group of Arctic foxes rests in silence, watching, waiting. The birds rest after laying, some preen, others sleep, unaware of the eyes locked silently upon them. Then, movement. One fox rises, stretches, then creeps forward, low and focused. The hunt begins. A second fox follows. Together, they edge closer, using snow and stone as perfect camouflage. Suddenly, they lunge. A flash of fur, a rush of wings. Chaos explodes from the cliff. Most escape, screeching and soaring into the sky. But one bird stumbles, slips, and that's all the fox needs. The cliff quiets again. Eggshells remain. The fox carries its prize down the rocks, tail high in triumph. High above, the surviving birds regroup, vigilant now. The cost of nesting too close to cunning predators. In the Arctic, even moments of new life are shadowed by the ever-present rhythm of predator and prey. Across the icy archipelago of Svalbard, a reindeer herd begins its ancient migration through Arctic silence. With short legs and thick coats, these reindeer are built for snow, for wind, for endless white. Their hooves spread wide to avoid sinking, carving paths into snow as they move in quiet unity. For generations, this route has been followed, over ridges, through valleys, always toward the promise of spring. Migration is not a sprint, it is a rhythm, a slow beat tied to survival, written in instinct. Among the herd, adults lead with quiet strength, but it's the young who bring laughter to the trail. As the herd pauses to graze, the calves bounce and spin, unaware of hardship, carried by joy. Even adults join in. One reindeer lowers its antlers and chases a calf in slow, teasing circles. This is not escape, it's celebration, a rare moment where survival meets lightness, where joy breaks through frost. Then the eating begins. Beneath the snow, patches of moss and grass wait, precious fuel for the journey ahead. Their noses are sensitive enough to smell food under snow, a gift passed down from countless Arctic winters. Side by side, calves mimic adults, scratching, sniffing, nibbling, each bite a lesson in how to endure. The Arctic is harsh, but this herd finds peace in numbers, warmth in closeness, and strength in the walk. Along the cliffs, reindeer rest on sun-warmed patches of rock, snow melting slowly around them. One calf climbs onto a rock, then slides down gleefully, learning balance, learning snow, learning life. These small moments, play, pause, rest, are just as vital as motion. They are part of the journey too. Evening comes slowly. The herd glows in the golden light, silhouettes swaying like a living painting. The calves begin to slow. Their legs are tired. The day has been long, but full of wonder. Mothers stand over them protectively, scanning the cold horizon where tomorrow's trail will appear. They've moved miles today, and tomorrow they'll move more. But for now, they sleep beneath the open sky. Migration is not just movement, it is memory, it is motherhood, it is the wild alive in every step. In this frozen world, reindeer remind us that life is not only struggle, but joy too survives the cold. This is Svalbard, where the wind writes history, the snow holds secrets, and the reindeer write their path. Their hooves drum through silence, their journey continues, and spring waits just beyond the next hill. The land is vast, the herd is small, but every step they take echoes with the power of the wild. In the frozen expanse of the Arctic, a polar bear mother and her cub begin their long search for food. With slow, steady steps, they wander across the ice, bonded by blood, guided by instinct, driven by hunger. The Arctic offers no comfort, only challenges, but together they press on through wind and silence. Time passes quietly, and then, movement. A lone seal resting atop a drifting sheet of ice. The bears freeze, the cub crouches instinctively, the mother's breathing slows, their focus sharpens. Too far for a charge, too risky to walk, but the sea connects them, and the mother knows what to do. She turns to her cub, nudges him to stay hidden, then slips silently into the freezing Arctic water. Under the ice-blue sky, she swims quietly, head low, body sleek, barely breaking the surface. The seal remains unaware, basking in warmth, unaware that its fate may be moments away. The mother closes the distance, inch by inch. Her timing must be perfect. The margin of error is razor thin. One last push. She leaps from the water, white blur, teeth bared, toward the floating seal. But the seal reacts, just in time. It dives off the edge, vanishing into safety below the surface. The bear exhales sharply, watching ripples vanish, her claws wet, her stomach still empty. She turns back. No anger, no despair, only the rhythm of survival, and her cub still waiting. The cub perks up as she approaches, tail twitching, ears forward. His guardian returns. She climbs out, wet and cold, but together again, they walk onward, hunger still their companion. In the Arctic, not every hunt ends in triumph, but every step forward is a victory in itself. They are not alone, not when they have each other, not while they still have the will to try. Snow begins to fall, gently cloaking the trail behind them, erasing the failure, honoring the effort. The mother's eyes scan the horizon again, forever watching, forever searching for the next chance. There will be another seal, another hunt, another test. The Arctic always gives, then takes away. But for now, they walk, two white figures in a white world, shadows of determination in endless winter. Because in the Arctic, survival isn't a moment, It's a story told one silent, snow-covered step at a time. Across the wind-chiseled plains of the Arctic, a pack of foxes moves through snow like living shadows. Their white fur blends perfectly with the ice, nearly invisible, moving without a sound. Every paw step barely disturbs the snow, subtle motion in a world built of silence. Their sharp eyes scan, their noses twitch, tasting the wind for a sign of life. This is their rhythm. They were born into the snow. This is where they belong. With graceful purpose, they weave between boulders and drifts dusted with frost. There are no growls, no barks, only a flick of a tail, a pause, a glance. Above them rise frozen cliffs, jagged with time, and crowned with nesting Alcidae birds. Dozens of seabirds huddle close, beaks tucked, feathers puffed, unaware of the danger below. The foxes slow their pace, pressing low to the ground, steps wider now for stealth. A faint breeze shifts, the scent reaches them, feathers, warmth, blood hidden beneath soft down. One fox freezes, alert. The pack halts instantly. Time thickens, the moment tightens. Then, a mistake. A paw lands on brittle snow. A single crack echoes. A head jerks, eyes snap open. The flock stirs. Suspicion spreads like electricity. Suddenly, the air explodes with feathers and panic. Wings hammer against the cliff. The foxes surge forward, but with calm, not frenzy. This is not chase, it's opportunity. One young bird flutters too low, then lands, confused, exposed, and unaware. That's all it takes, a blur of white streaks across the snow. Jaws clamp down, one sharp cry, then only silence again. The rest have vanished, but this one, the hunt's reward, remains. The pack gathers silently, no snarls, no competition, only instinct. Teeth tear into feathers, blood steams against frozen air. Feathers fall like ash, the storm is over, the fire, brief. They eat without waste, without sound, just survival performed in stillness. In the Arctic, life is quiet, death is quieter still. The final scraps vanish, the foxes lift their heads, blood on their fur, breath in their chests. The carcass is gone, only feathers and frost remain, soon to vanish too. The pack moves on, not triumphant, just full, just ready for what's next. Hunger is never gone. It only sleeps for a while, like snow waiting to fall. The sky dims, the land silvers. The urgency is gone, for now. They climb a ridge where the snow glows under the soft weight of a dying sun. Their bodies slow, not from fatigue, but from contentment. Beneath a rocky overhang, they find shelter, a space shaped by centuries, now theirs. One curls up, tail tucked tight. Another leans against its sibling. Inside, warmth gathers in silence. Outside, the snow falls like memory. The wind sighs across the cliffs where feathers once flew. No trace of violence remains, just silence dressed in white. Under snow and stone, the foxes sleep, held by instinct, by each other. The Arctic holds its breath, waiting for hunger to speak again. Because in this place, survival is never loud. It is whispered in the snow, one quiet hunt at a time. Across the windswept plains of the Arctic, a great reindeer herd moves with steady, quiet determination. Hooves press into powdery snow, leaving faint rhythmic tracks that vanish almost as fast as they form. From a distance, they look like rippling waves, brown backs weaving through a white sea of cold silence. Their bodies carry purpose. Each step moves them toward survival, toward the ancestral pull of migration. They cross barren fields where grass sleeps beneath frost, and climb hills carved by ancient hoofprints. The sun hangs low, casting long shadows behind them, stretching toward the lands they've left behind. Then, a challenge emerges. A river, dark and fast, cuts like a scar through the tundra. It's not frozen. The current churns violently, black water slicing between snowbanks, daring them to cross. The herd hesitates, just for a heartbeat, then begins. One by one, they step into the current. Legs kick, heads rise. The river pushes back, but their muscles hold firm. Some leap, some swim, all fight. The crossing is chaotic, but practiced, ancient, beautiful. On the far side, hooves meet frozen earth. Wet fur steams in the Arctic wind. The herd is nearly across, but behind them, a calf struggles. Small legs wade in, but within seconds it's swept off its hooves. The river has it now. It kicks, it bleats. Its cry echoes across the cliffs, a sharp note of panic and fear. On the far bank, the mother turns. She does not scream, she watches, she waits. Her muscles tighten, her ears flick forward. She will not move, not without her child. The calf rises, falls, rises again. It kicks harder. A rock beneath gives it leverage. One last cry, one final surge. It crashes to the muddy bank, shaking, trembling, but alive. The mother runs to it, nuzzles its side, and the calf slowly rises on shaking legs. For now, they are alone, soaked, behind, but not broken. The herd has moved on, silhouettes fading over the hills, but their scent lingers in the air. The mother glances ahead, then moves forward, her calf beside her. They climb frosted slopes, cross meadows where green peeks through snow. The calf slows, rests, rises. The mother waits, patient, unwavering, she never rushes. Their pace is slower now, but they move with certainty, drawn by something deep and ancient. Then, from the crest of a hill, they see it, the herd, resting, safe, whole. No one greets them, no one turns, but the space opens as they step closer. They belong again, together. The journey, for now, is over. Heads lower, hooves press into soft ground. The grass is green, rich, untouched. The calf eats slowly, blinking away the fatigue. The mother watches, alert yet calm. Behind them is the river, the struggle, the moment that nearly ended everything. Ahead lies open tundra and the promise of survival beneath the wide Arctic sky. Beneath the pale Arctic sun, a mother bear and her cub begin their quiet search for food. The wind sweeps across the ice like a ghost, but they move with calm and steady purpose. Paw prints trail behind them like fading echoes, quickly erased by the breath of the tundra. They roam through ridges and plains, weaving between ice in search of something, anything, alive. The cub slides across the smooth ice playfully, before racing back to its mother's side. Hours pass, the silence thickens, the cold deepens, but no scent, no movement, no prey. The mother pauses. Her breath fogs the air. Then she turns toward the sea. The ice ends ahead. A silver sea stretches to the horizon, rolling with promise and peril. She steps into the frigid water. The cub follows. Side by side, they swim with practiced strength. They reach a rocky outcrop drifting alone. The mother climbs first, scanning the ocean beyond. From the high ground, they watch the sea, and then they see it, a pod of dolphins. Sleek, playful, unaware, the dolphins slice through the water like silver blades. The bears tense, eyes narrow, stillness becomes focus, and then motion. With explosive power, the mother launches into the sea, cutting through water like a torpedo. The mother strikes, massive paws, sharp teeth. The ocean churns and then stills. She hauls the prize toward the surface. The cub jumps in, swimming hard to help. Together, they guide the dolphin toward a shallow beach where ice meets land. The cub yips with excitement. The mother pants, breath heavy with effort and victory. Then the feast begins. Flesh steams in the cold. It's a rare and sacred reward. The cub tears at soft meat. The mother chews bone. Their breath clouds above the meal. But they are not alone for long. 2 polar bears appear on the snowy horizon. Young, lean, drawn by scent. The mother watches but does not warn. They come closer, no growl, no threat, just hunger, shared and understood. The mother offers a piece. The cub steps back. The circle widens. 4 polar bears together, eating not as rivals, but as kin. When only bones remain, they part ways. The strangers vanish. The mother and cub rise. They leave the shore, venturing inland toward the open, sunlit plains. Here, where snow meets green, they find a moment of light and calm. The cub runs ahead, bounding through the grass, chasing shadows. The cub runs ahead, bounding through the grass, chasing shadows. The Arctic for a moment feels warm. For a moment, it feels like home. Their journey continues, but now with full bellies, strong steps, and one another. In the soft breath of the Arctic wind, two polar bears move forward, unbroken, together.